is on the sparrow, and I know He watches over me. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eyes is on the sparrow, and I know He watches over me. He watches me. His eyes is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. Amen.
It's so good to be here today. It is very, very good to be here today. And I appreciate the theme, unity. The only trouble I have is that God who wants unity does it through diversity, which is contrary to our expectation. And the God who wants to give us peace enjoys using war to bring it about. And so I am caught between culture, tradition, and the will of God. Even today, we're going to have a bit of conflict to harmonize our own mental expectation with the word of God. But I know at the end, we will agree that God is right. Amen. Give it right? Yeah. That at the end, God is always right. And God's way is always the right way and the best way. Yes. So our scripture reading this morning from Genesis 27, verses 1 to 13, is the outline of the presentation. And I just like the way how God does things. Come on, brethren. I just love the way God does things. He does it His way. Hello, He does it His way. And we have to look in His way to find out what He wants us to understand. The story begins in a very strange way. And it begins late in the life of Isaac, which perhaps to us we may not see any conflict necessarily in it being there. But as you read on further in the story, you will recognize the reason why Rebecca came to the point and she said, "Today's my day." Marriage was God's greatest institution given to man to suggest what unity should be all about. But marriage was God's greatest gift to the human race to suggest to man what marriage is all about. Unity. But when you read the story between Isaac and his wife and the two sons, the drive in it is for unity. Come on, baby. The drive in the story is for unity. But God will love it only His way. But if you remember, so open your Bibles and follow as we go along. It begins by saying that Isaac was old. Anybody see that? Isaac was old. And Isaac was blind. And Isaac couldn't see. Not the same thing, you know. Follow me now. Isaac was old, Isaac was blind, and Isaac couldn't see. And it was in his old, blind, unable to see condition that he summoned Esau in his presence. Are we together yet? It was when he was old, immobile, can't move around anymore, blind, couldn't see, and then couldn't see, which is more than blindness. He summoned Esau, his son, to come in his presence. The language of the Bible is kind of saying in short that this guy at this stage is going to function in the memory zone. You didn't hear what I said, baby? Follow me carefully now. When you're blind and you're old and you can't see, you press memory to live. When I used to see and walk around, and you serve me my meal, you put the glass on the left, the soup after that, the spoon after, and the fork after. And when I get blind, don't rearrange them. Because I am going to function on memory. Yes. But you get the idea? Yes. So it is very critical in life to make sure you have the right habits. When darkness comes, you are going to function on memory. Yes. Yes. And you cannot change your memory when you're old. Not at all. Everybody got it? Yes. Everybody got it? Yes. Right. Now it was in that state he summoned Esau, his son. Esau is not just his son. Esau is the firstborn. I'll make everything out. This guy is old, he's blind, he can't see. And in that state, he called his firstborn. Let me make the connection right now. Blind, old, and can't see. Your favorite is the firstborn. You didn't get it yet, but you gotta get it later on. He called Esau into his presence and told Esau an additional condition by saying, I'm not only old, I'm not only blind, I'm not only unable to see, but I am dying. And it was in that situation, he told him, take your bow, come on, take your arrow, go where you used to go. Catch the same kind of meat you used to catch. Yeah. Cook it the same way you used to cook it. Yeah. And bring it at me and eat it the same way. You hear what I'm trying to tell you now? Now, this is not just a story, you know. There's a whole lot of stuff there for unity. Now, while he was telling Esau exactly what to do, he being blind and couldn't see, did not know that his beloved wife was sweeping by the window. Now, the wife would not normally have gone to the window to sweep outside. But something had happened to her before. As to why she is not really sweeping, but eavesdropping. But it's a beautiful, beautiful story, you know. And I love it in the Bible, so you may find it on a soap, on television. She is not sweeping. And if you look at it carefully, you know there's a rhythm in the broom movement. She knows when to pause to hear what is being said. Because something, every time Esau goes in onto Isaac, she drops by. And you want to know why? When she was there on this occasion, she overheard everything Isaac told Esau. And Esau left Isaac and went to carry out the errand. The mother left the window and went somewhere else and called her son. You didn't hear what I just said? Yes. You see, Isaac had called his son.
Yeah, and she called her son.
And told his son what he wanted. When he went, then the mother called her son.
Yeah.
I am talking about a family that was meant by God to be united.
Yes.
But there is some issue that is causing them to call your son against my son. The mother called her son. Her son name was Jacob. And Jacob is second birth.
Yeah.
The blind man's son is Esau. Hear me again. The one who can't see, his favorite is first birth.
Yeah.
But the woman's son is second birth. And she called her son and said, you know, when a mother is angry and upset by something, you know her voice will change.
Yeah.
She said, Jacob, I was out there. I heard the father telling his son, your brother. Anybody hear what I'm saying yet?
Yes.
Whatever is causing this disunity is so powerful. And even when you want to complain to her son, she did not link him to herself. She linked the first birth to the blind father. You didn't hear what I just said?
Yes.
And she linked the second birth to herself.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, when she told him what the father told the boy, she then told him, the second son, listen to your mother. You don't get it yet?
Yes.
In other words, the first birth listened to his father and has gone to do according to the father directed. Now you are my son. You must not listen to me. And don't give me no funny eye now. Don't give me no back chat. Just do exactly what I tell you. Hear the reason for that division in the family. God gave us to be a symbol of unity. What I'm going to say now is trouble. But it's in the Bible. Isaac was supposed to have been the link from Abraham as moving on to the Messiah. When he was in age for a wife, his father sent back to his country to find a wife for the son. The wife was a Syrian. Not with a knowledge of God per se, but willing to join the religious family. When you follow me carefully, the story is explosive. When she came and got married to the boy, to his surprise, she was barren. Now, if God told my father, he will multiply like the stars and the sun, and I am next in line to carry on that plan for multiplication, why is my wife barren? So he went to God to find a wife, and God called his wife to conceive. But you get the idea? It wasn't she who prayed to him, it was he who prayed for her. The idea was he was more concerned for offspring than she was, because he was of the promise. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're following you.
Hear it again. Isaac, who was a part of the promise to multiply like the stars above, had a greater desire for children, because it is part of God's plan. All right? She didn't pray, he prayed, but she got the benefits. Right, watch it now. When she got pregnant, she realized what was in there was not normal. Right? Now, she did not consult him about the abnormality. But she went to God, who gave the results. And when she went to God, here comes the problem now. Remember, Isaac is the connecting link to God's promise. But you got that?
Yeah.
The wife is now a bad word, the conduit through which that plan will be processed. Everybody got it?
Yeah.
She is not feeling the rumbling in the womb. She went to ask God, why is this? God did not tell Isaac what was in the womb. God is the source of the trouble. Watch it now. Because in Abraham Sarah case, God told him to tell her.
Yes.
But in this case, God will tell her to tell him. I know you in truth and you don't think that's a problem. God told her what is in the womb. In other words, you pray for children, yes, but I still run things. And what I have put in your womb is a formula to cause division that will bring peace. You didn't hear what coming from me. Follow me again. Follow me again. What I have put in your womb is the formula to explain division to ultimately end up in peace.
It's all good up there.
You anybody hear what I just said?
Yes.
Now God put the formula in the woman. She must now go and tell him what is in the womb. Watch this now. Isaac was already accustomed to whoever the first birth was. Inherit the property. But God told the Syrian wife to tell the Hebrew Isaac.
Different way, boy.
You know, God could have avoided the problem by telling it to Isaac. But God seemed to find pleasure in conflicts.
Doing his own thing, man.
Oh, man, this thing is beautiful, man. I mean, it's God involved in it.
Yes.
It's God who told her, in your womb are two nations. She said, I didn't pray for that, I pray for children. He said, but if you invite me in a plan I have already prearranged, I can't act normal. You didn't hear that? Not only that, hear what God told her in short. What is in the womb have been placed there by me.
Yes. Yeah.
And I will tell you this, woman, the first birth will be subject to the second birth.
Oh, okay.
Hear it again. The second birth in the womb will rule the first birth.
Yeah.
Now what God told the woman to believe was contrary to what Isaac believed.
Oh. Different way culture say too.
And I don't like God for that. I'm serious. God isn't always the best company, you know. Come on, let me, it's a family strong.
True.
Because this is a formula for conflict. You know why? Because back in those days, it was a male-dominant society. Advice came only from the top down.
Yeah.
God said, in my plan to save humanity, I'm going to rearrange things. But the vessel through whom I'm going to challenge it will even be controversial. Now remember, the kids are still in the womb when God told her the information. Everybody got it?
Yeah.
She went from God straight to Isaac and told him what God channeled through her. Now God knew even back then it wasn't easy. Follow me now. But I'm going to say now, I'm going to change your opinion on something. I'll say it slowly. God knew way back then that the way the human race was developing, there was no intention in the hierarchy to be changed. He who is the ordained priest and head and director must remain the one to bring down information for change. I know you didn't hear what I just said. Let me see it again. What I'm going to say after that, I'm going to explore here today. Isaac was hoping that God will conform to tradition as to guarantee peace and harmony. But God told the woman, tell the leader that the formula for change will not come via him, but via her. have no idea how strong tradition is in religion. Men rather die than change. You didn't hear what I said. I'm being very nice today. I'm being very nice and calm today. So way from the child being in the womb, this wife was encouraging Abraham to be obedient to the recommendation given by God that came from the womb. The Bible says in Genesis 27, and up to the time the man was old, he was still blind. Look at it. In other words, even when he was not old and dying, he did not conform to the recommendation God gave. Because God's suggestion seemed to shift paradigm here now. But Isaac was determined, I will die. And to accept change coming from a woman. But if you think it is just Isaac and the woman, I got news for you. This family is a tribe of the church. By normal procedure, instruction must always come from up and come down.
Yes.
God says, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to let you from down and go up. You know, we have nothing in our book to support that recommendation. So I'm going to get in trouble now. I'm going to get in trouble now. So when she went to the window, knowing the man is old, knowing he is blind, he had a good day to lose now, and the woman is the first to know when he's dying. No, you already hear that. The woman knew long before he himself knew that he was dying. Let's say, man. I'm trying to say them having the sense, put it out. Wives could pick up when the man is not driving as usual. Long before he knows that the muscular coordination is going to harmony with mental intention. Anybody hear what I just said? In other words, he was dying long before he admitted it. So when she was by the window and she saw Esau going in to the father by the father's call, she knew that something was going on. And Isaac waited until he was old and blind and can't see and dying, and called the firstborn to pass on. And Isaac knew, since boys were in the womb, and God had recommended a change, a shift in information dissemination. When the wife heard this dying man sticking to his plan, she decided enough is enough. You know, let me be very nice here to you right now. When God announced to the woman that the second birth will rule the first birth, It was not a divine recommendation. It was not a divine suggestion. It was not to be tabled, to be discussed and voted upon. It was a divine declaration.
Oh, amen.
Secondly, after God declared it before they were born, he was saying it is not up to the parents to even train the child that way. It's a declaration from God already interwoven in the fabric of the second birth. In other words, let me say it again. God was not asking
For permission.
that you negotiate this matter.
True.
You see, it didn't start there. Way back in Eden, when Adam and Eve had sinned, God summoned the three parties: the devil, Adam, and Eve. Watch it. And on the lower court, God said, because you did so and so, on the belly you shall crawl. Adam, because you did so and so, you got to work hard to maintain the family.
Yes.
To the woman, he said, because you did so and so, in pain you shall
give
bring
birth.
forth children.
Yes.
And then God went to the higher court.
Yes.
And in the Supreme Court, God said, I will put enmity.
Amen.
It is not a human thing.
At all. At all.
That's why you can find no human formula. You didn't hear what? Hear me again. Hear me again. The enmity God has positioned for your safety is not a human negotiated item on a human agenda.
Yes.
I will put it there.
Yes.
And where I have put enmity, you don't even pray for unity.
Okay. Wow.
Because at no time will second birth compromise with first birth.
No compromise.
And the longer you attempt to compromise that distinction, you will always have enmity.
Sure.
Oh, they didn't hear what I'm saying. No. Let me say it again in another way. When God declared war,
It's
you
war.
can't get peace.
Yes. True. True.
It comes only under his conditions. Everybody got that? So even while they were in the room like children, there was war.
Yeah.
You didn't hear what the children don't fight.
Yeah.
But if God said war, you can't have peace.
Yeah.
But they said, come on, man.
Yes. True.
Because only God knows the condition for peace.
Yes.
And they are not human either.
Yes.
You can agree to have peace. Like my father would say, I am going to bury the hatchet or leave your hand out. You know what I say? But nobody hatchet. But nobody hatchet.
Yes.
You know the hatchet long time?
Yes.
My father said, we will have peace. I'm going to bury the hatchet. I'm going to leave your hand out.
Pull it at any time.
Arafat, who went to negotiate between the Israeli and Palestinian peace, he said, in one hand, I have the olive branch. A sign of peace. But in the other hand, I have the gun to protect the olive branch. You see that human way of bringing about peace. But Jesus says, fear not that I came down here to bring peace.
Yes.
I came to put a man against his own wife, brother against brother, for the kingdom's sake. It is not a human cultural issue now.
Amen.
In other words, there can never be peace in the Middle East, no matter what Trump does. Because it is not a political issue. I will put the enmity there. And until my requirements are satisfied, there will always be conflict. The second birth must rule the first birth. The boy gone to the forest will feel the father's stubborn blindness. on church tradition. Well, the mother said, son, I am the one God told. So I am obligated to guarantee that so you do everything I tell you. He told the boy, go to the pasture, not to the forest. Come on, I want you to get excited. I want you to enjoy this. The woman told the boy, I know your father loves wild meat. Come on, man. I know your father loves wild meat. And he doesn't like lamb and goat from my pasture. But he had a shop to get. You go to the pasture we have right behind it. And you bring 2 special goat for me. And when I don't cook that, he will not even know it's not wild meat. Hear what I say? Hear what I just said. Or they didn't hear what I just said. Or they didn't hear what I said. Let me put it in another, in a secular way. Every wife or husband should know how to take lamb and make it taste like wild meat. Say, man, no. I don't want to become holy boy. If the man like wild meat, you could cook lamb and make it taste just right. All they got to do is know the seasoning. What she was saying in short is, he does not know that the church has the ability to take the lamb and satisfy everybody who comes to the table. No, you didn't hear what you're saying, man. One of the problems in the church is because you cook the lamb the same way all the time. You don't change the lamb. The seasoning. Just put some coconut in it and some bay leaf. Come on, man. And some ginger and some nutmeg, and you can make lamb taste like what? See, the reason why he did not know, because all the time he asking the first bird to cook. You didn't hear what I just saying? Hear me again. The reason why the brother did not know that the wife can do the same, because all the while he was using first bird to cook. Yes. I know why you're quiet. So let me explain it now. It is dangerous when the head of the church is unaware that the cook is first bird. Let me sound funny. You listen, you introduce preachers. And the emphasis of the introduction is first bird qualities.
Yes.
And then you don't even know when the menu is not allowed.
True that, true.
So the mother said, I got him a surprise. I will prove to him that hear me in the right version of that this church has the ability to take lamb and change the flavor. I'll give him a better amen, man.
Amen.
No, but hear what I'm saying in short. You have no idea of, can I say this without having any problem?
Yes.
You have no idea how your tension has been kept under. Because you have been trained to go to the wine
Preach.
to get the menu.
Yes.
And you did remember, I told the woman, I have already prearranged in them their very nature. So do not. Firstborn cannot preach line.
No.
Don't allow rhetorics, no eloquence to confuse the mind. My seat, or my voice.
Yes.
So when the wife discovered that the man was going to die in his stupidity, she said, enough is enough. It is Mother's Day now. Mother's Day. Mother in charge, I run in things now. Go to the garden behind there, bring 2 goats here and go blind. And when I cook them, he ain't gonna hit you. And watch us now. She didn't only send the meal he expected. She sent a bottle of wine. You only get it story yet? In other words, when he done with that, in other words, intention was to seal him in his conviction.
Yeah.
Jacob now gone to the palace there, did as the mother told him. But something is troubling second birth. You see, if you don't know God, conflict could be healthy. So listen again. Second birth will never be at ease in a first good environment.
Worried at this.
So what you think is conflict is really second birth saying this is not tolerable.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't hear what I said.
Yes.
Now, if first birth change the meeting and second birth says you are to first birth in your concept, there could be trouble in the meeting.
Yes.
Because first birth, second birth can't stay quiet. So what you may cause conflict is not really conflict. Because what we call wild, what we cannot domesticate. Did I say that right? When you cannot tame the animal to come under your control, you call it wild. But the word wild, I can't control it. Wild, the thing is in its own natural habitat. And you didn't hear what I say?
Yes.
You didn't hear what I say? I've been very nice today. So when Jacob came back now, he's a mommy. Although my father is blind and he's old and he can't see and he dying, he is stupid. Mommy, you know why? Mommy, he will cook the food like he knows it. He will put the lamb skin on me like the first bird. But suppose he smell me. Hear the mother, don't worry. The mother went into the closet of the first bird, took out first bird clothes and put them on second bird. The church does that so often.
Preach.
Well, I'm trying not to go into the things and I want to give you ideas. If I go to them, I'll be leaving in half past 5 this morning. I'm serious. But I want to give you the concepts. Many times you frustrate second birth by asking it to conform to first birth ideas. When you put first birth on me and I'm a second birth child, you are looking for war.
Yes, yes, yes. Preaching.
And you will never get full potential.
True.
Talk to me, somebody!
True.
And so the church remain circumambulating but going nowhere.
Yes.
We even do election on a first birth concept. You have to be qualified. It's not spirit led. So she said, put on your brother clothes. In case your father smell you. You gonna know he's there. Who's bird? So the mother covered him all over. But Jacob knew that his bumping mother couldn't change. That's the voice.
Yeah.
Because the truth is,
Yeah.
second bird cannot talk. The first bird. And I wouldn't open that box again today. That's stuff in that one day. But bear this in mind. When the great change comes, you cannot speak like first birth again.
True.
There's got to be a change.
Yes.
It's got to be a change.
Amen.
It's got to be a change.
Yes.
It's got to be a change. All God wants is unity.
Yes.
But look at his approach to get it done. Now the boy is well dressed in his brother's clothes. The food is like his brother's cooking, but the mother cooked it. All on his neck is the lamb skin. The mother put it there. And what he is told to say, the mother gave him every piece of information. He arrived before his father. Remember that God on his unity, you know? He got before the father. The father said, his son said, Daddy, I am here. The father said, wow, it's the first time you ever went and come back so quick. So the mother missed time. But it's easy. When you do something wrong, you always follow up.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right? You know. So the father said, but how did you succeed so fast? Hear what the mother told second birth to tell the father. Because the Lord helped me.
Yeah.
No, you didn't hear what I said. First birth does not quote the Lord. But to show that God, that the success was based outside of my power, that's where the mother blundered again. And then the father heard it. And the father said, your voice. Come to man, your voice. I mean, you smell like Esau. You feel like Esau. But
Sound like Jacob.
it's not only it's not voice tone, you know. There is a vernacular. Man. There is a vernacular that is consistent with second birth. But the thing I was saying, you know, and you see, if you don't have the gift of discernment, I can use a whole lot of theological jargons and you never heard the word. Father, the boy, come and kiss me. But the boy knew. He didn't kiss. He wanted to kiss. He wanted to smell. He said, boy, you know, you smell like Esau. But your voice sound. You can't learn the vocabulary of first birth. But you hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
But you hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
Once I put first birth in your heart, it's difficult. When I put second birth in your heart, it's difficult to go into first birth gear.
Yes.
But Peter tried. Peter tried it. Jesus told Peter, before the cock crowed 3 times tonight, you remind the court where he used to be.
Yes.
And he didn't even say, you know. But here Jesus, Peter, the devil has asked to sift you. But hey, no, I have prayed for you.
Yes.
And here, you know, when you are converted. In other words, I know you are with me. But you're here with me here tonight because you always walk with a just in case.
Yes.
Come on, anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You know there's a vocabulary in your mind that is just in case somebody pushed you to the wall too much. And you put for your just in case.
Yes.
Peter was in the court and he told Jesus, they might forsake you, but not me. Jesus, what? Just in case. Think another hand. Got it here. Jesus said, listen, Peter, before the cock crow, you say you don't know me. Peter said, you will bring a cock. This is the fight against me in a court. That was the argument. But then hear what the glory of the story was now. And I'm on the same story, you know. Peter said, I don't know the man.
The cup was right there.
I don't know the woman back, but I think I saw you with a guy in a OBA one time, you know. He said, hey, madam, listen, I know in tongue, you know. That way outside here. And when he said it the third time, he did not speak English. He went back to the old time first word vocabulary and caught it. And when he caught it, in Peter's mind, if I only know where that cup is it at KFC or barbecue? Don't bring no cock in a court against me. You out of your mind. But you see, it was not the cock crowing, but the cock crowed. Here's the reason why a cock crow. Cock don't go because they want to crow, you know. Cock crow at a certain time.
Yes.
When the earth is in a certain orbit with the sun.
We'll make it up, man.
And the way God organized the earth's crust to stay on the magnetic path with the sun. Because of its speed through space, 68,000 miles an hour, the earth moves through space. It can shift off its course. Whenever there's a tendency to want to shift, the magnetic current changes and the current inform the cock and the cockroach.
Okay.
I know all that also.
Yeah, do you know all of that?
But you didn't answer me.
But I know there's a cycle.
The cock crow because the earth is informing man that the earth has a tendency to want to go off course.
Okay.
But the cock crow to inform man that God is still in control.
Amen.
So when Jesus was in the court
Yes.
and the cock crowed, then it was not the cock crow that was important, but Christ was the real cock.
Amen.
Being tried on earth. And any decision he made will determine earth being saved or destroyed.
Okay.
Every time you hear a cock crow, God is telling you, I'm still in control. But the same man, I'm another something about me.
Yes.
But don't ever allow a cock to come to court to testify against you. Because you have a lot more information in a cock crow than you could ever tell. This boy went down on his knees in a praying posture.
Yes.
Because second birth know about praying. But you don't pray and lie. Anybody get into trouble yet?
Yes.
Now what is going on here is that the mother is telling you you have to fight for your rights. But you got it? No, fighting for your right is not a second birth concept.
At all.
Here what you forget to hear, he said before, God told the mother, at conception, I have already arranged first birth and second birth.
You don't have to fight for it.
Once you come out second, that's it.
Yes.
There is no behavior required for that to be true.
Yes. No whatsoever.
Honestly, amen. No, there is no behavior required for that to be true.
True.
If you are second birth, you are second birth.
Yes.
The mother did not understand that second birth is a pre-arranged divine condition, not a human behavior. No, you didn't hear it. So let me explain it now. The mother, not only did the brother in the womb not know who the other brother was, not only did the father did not know what second birth member, even the mother who is trying to help the boy misunderstood the plan. Hear what I just told you. I can't find peace with my brother in the womb. No, I am born, but father don't like me. And my mother just deceived me. Hear what I just tell you. Hear what I just tell you. Not even is the church safe. So, womaness, the church can misunderstand God.
Yes.
And you are asked to conform to the church more than connected to Christ.
Amen. Yes. Mm-hmm.
And you base your religiosity on your conformation to the church and not your connection to Christ.
Yes.
Hear what God is saying in short. There can be no real unity between you and your brother.
Yes.
There can be none between you and church administration. Your father. There can be none between you and the brethren. Except and until you are united with Jesus. Because it is not unity among you I want. Because you can vote on a matter unanimous that is against God. Who do you think voted to send Christ to be taught by the Romans? The church did. When Pilate called the church before the state and asked the church, who do you want me to release? Until the church said, give up Barabbas. It was the church that voted that. Unity could only be possible if each one of us is connected to Jesus.
Amen.
How will God get this to be realized? The brother had to run.
Yes.
Run from his brother, from his father, and not from his mother. Because when he told her this thing might fail, maybe a curse, she said, do what you want. Let the curse be on me, but I'm not turning back. He ran from his brother, and from his father, and from his mother. He's not a fugitive. Tired under guilt and frustration. Too tired to make a pillow. He rolled a stone by. He lied down to sleep. And to his shock and amazement, God, who is connected to second birth, talk to me, someone. Talk to me, even though he was messed up. God reached down from heaven with a ladder and told Jacob, even though you are running away, you cannot disconnect yourself from second birth power. Even if in the far country of sin, I found myself in the big pen, to eat the big food, second birth will kick up and tell me my father has food, home enough and to spare. Second birth will always provoke you to arise and go back to your father. You cannot shut up the power
Second birth.
of second birth. One of my uncle Liban, wasting time. 12 boys, 4 women, second birth. I think they was say. Second birth, 12 boys, 4 women. No, the church can handle that, right? The church can handle that. shows that if you have 4 women, you can't be second birth again. But God said, what I plant in your heart, you can't change, you can't remove your sonship. But I know you all believe the same man. He left home now, and then he heard on the road that first bird is coming with 600 men. That's all you heard, right? But here what Jacob knew, because Esau said back home, I will not touch second bird until my father is dead. Because after he left home, his mother died. When he heard Esau coming in, his father just passed away too. So who am I going home to? Mother dead, father dead. Food will come like me with 600 men. I gone through. You go on in a cave. You're alone in the cave. And in a cave, when you're scared and you're frightened and you're afraid, and the place dark, anything that moves is a gun man.
Yeah.
You know the darling said that? Every shadow is a gun man. Somebody touched me in the cave. I am trying to say something to the church now on unity. It is God who is striving to unite us.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
At all.
It is God went into the cave and started the fight with Jacob, who was once dressed up in firstborn clothes and took the kneeling posture and lie like firstborn. God did not back away from him. God went into the cave and touched him one more time. And that entire night was Jacob's longest night in a wrestling contest. And he fought, but he did not know that God was still good enough to reach him even when first, second birth had done scandalous. You know the thing he was saying or talking to somebody? As it began to become early in the morning, the dawn began to come again. You heard the voice say, let me go. He said, say it again. In other words, that voice ring a bell. Esau do something like that. No, say it again. He said, it is coming to morning. Let me go. Then Jacob said, I will not let you go until you bless me. And he said, okay, what is your name? I did for the first time. He said, my name is Don't Trust Me. I said, Jacob mean Don't Trust Me. He said, well, okay, I will change the name. Because you have just stopped fighting to get the prize I promised you. Right. You didn't hear what I said?
Yes.
What will happen now? God, all your life, you were fighting for that which I promised.
Yes.
Notice, I want to go back there, but notice it was the woman, it was the mother who still fight to get what God promised.
Yes.
No, you already know. Let me say it again. Right. It is the mother who encouraged the second birth to fight for that which God had already promised. Let me say it again.
You get it, we're fighting for it.
Under God, you were never designed to fight for that which God has promised.
Exactly. You can't fight where you get. Exactly. It's those that you fight with.
When his name was changed, he was not afraid to meet his first birth.
Yeah.
In other words, you don't know why I'm in. I am Jacob again.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I am no more Jacob. No, I am the overcomer.
Yes.
You know me as the guy who has to fight for God, but I don't march again. Alright, I say no, I don't march again to cause change. We don't march to cause change. I know you're all quieted. But God's church doesn't march to cause change. is marching to Zion.
Yes.
Any closing thought to give you a challenge today? Moses is dead. Remember that? First human here. Joshua goes over Jordan. And don't forget, Moses is dead. Don't let memory be a guide in Canaan. I wanted to go and take over Jericho. The war was planned, everybody organized. Tomorrow is the war. Just when the men knew, they will win. He left the men in the barracks, in front of the battlefield. He made sure everything is where it's supposed to be to win the war tomorrow morning. When he went out, he met a guy, a young man, with a drawn sword. Now, the way the guy stood up and the way he held the sword, Joshua knew he might be the last samurai. No, listen. Because you can look at that guy the way he stands up and look if you know martial arts.
Yes.
The way this guy drew it, so Joshua knew I got to pull mine too. And then Joshua met the guy there between Israel and Jericho and asked, because I want you to ask now, ask the man, on which side are you here to fight? The answer was on neither. No, that's troubling. Because if God sends you to fight for right and truth, and we are Israel, and we ask you, on which side are you fighting on? And you tell me neither of them, then I have to do an inventory, because I believe, since we are the church,
Yes.
and we are fighting, God is already on our side.
Yes.
That's a lie. The issue is not if I am on your side. Is if you are on my side. Because the way you have been training to fight, I was never in the planning. You know how many times we plan and then ask God to bless? Second birth does not reach planning without God. When Joshua learned that this guy is not just a swordman, but the captain of the host of the Lord, Joshua asked him, then if that's your qualification, then what are your instructions now? What advice was given? Sounds stupid. You didn't hear what I said? Because this is what this second bird told Joshua. I wanted to do this.
Just much.
Isn't that stupid? I mean, come on, isn't that stupid?
And blow your trumpet.
And don't make any song. Isn't that stupid? What kind of word is that?
When you reach 7 times, then you make
Here what you don't know. Here what you don't know. When they would march the first time, all the armies of Jericho came on the wall, armed to the teeth. When the men passed the first time and only marched and said nothing, the men began to relax. When we did no war, it's a marching exhibition. When they march the second day and the third day, all the swords go back into the sheath and they relax. On the fifth day, they bring the whole family with tents and food and things on the wall to admire. Wow, what an exhibition. Wow. But you know what it is that though? That is the reason said, shut up! Because I want everybody on the wall. It's the wall I want to bring down. So when it's 6 days, everybody in Jericho was on the wall. Who were on the tent, who got the drink, who got the barbecue food, everybody on the wall admiring Israel. Wow, that's beautiful marching, boy. Second birth idea looks stupid. But it's from God. On the 7th day, he said, I want you to take a deep breath. And on the 7th, or to just shout at midnight. That's something with, oh, you mean you're going to use volume and noise? That can't change nothing. He said, do not question me, the mother to the boy, or ever tell you do it. And when they shouted, all the walls came tumbling down. Yeah. But it's not the wall that fell.
The people.
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody died.
Was on the wall.
Yes.
When God is involved, there is no budget.
Yes. Praise the Lord.
No budget.
What can't get budget?
No expenditure. You just spend more time with him. We go bankrupt because we're foolish.
Yes.
And I don't know him. Unity is not when two you agree. Unity is when you and God
Yes.
are in harmony.
Yes. 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 Yes.
And when you and God are in harmony, anybody around you who is good, you will always have conflict.
Yes.
Hear it again. Hear it again. If you and God are connected, you and every second bird will be connected. But there will always be conflict between the first bird and second bird.
Yes.
I'm going to ask a very stupid question. All second bird people stand up. Come on, come on. All second bird stand up. No, they're not aspiring to. I told you already. God declared in the womb, you are second bird. If you come out second, there's no human effort here. Come on, man, get the thing straight. There's no performance, there's no behavior. Just be born second. That's all you got to do. So here, full request, all second birds stand up. Tell your neighbor, I'm second bird. Watch me.
I'm second.
Come on, come on. No, let's be too nice. Come on. You see, a second bird is a warrior, you know. A second bird is a warrior. You cannot be quiet if first bird is raining. Can't be quiet, no. All heads bowed, all eyes closed. Heavenly Father, the greatest symbol of human unity is the marriage bond between a man and his wife and the children to come. But God, in this story, you even show where same unity can in a wrong way adversely affect your kingdom business. It was you who declared, he who loved father or mother more than me isn't worthy of me. He who loved husband or wife more than me isn't worthy of me. He who loved lands or houses more than me, Lord, you came to raise the bar higher. You came to break down the human shackles of human comfort and open to mind a new dimension of them in the truth. And even Isaac, the leader, the head, can be stuck in traditions. And by virtue of structure and function, the woman is duty thereby to be obligated to whatever information comes up down. Because when you inform the woman, when you inform the woman in the womb, that through that womb, that birthplace in the woman, you are going to initiate change. And you know God or system is built on a male dominant system. Yet you will ignite the woman to first believe through her you're going to bring about change. And although she knows that she by nature is subservient to the man, there comes a time when the demand of God rises above even that normal human expected behavior. For God, you will not conform your will to the best of human tradition. No. Every tree your heavenly Father did not plant shall be rooted up. So radical your grace is. That's how radical your mercy, that's how radical the gospel is. Oh God, we pray to the Lord that what we want in church is not unity where we are concerned with brother against brother or brother against. No, God, that may be good for where we are in our social norm, but your will, your way. Kingdom business rises above all those common human social norms and challenge the church to conform to God's way and not human tradition. And God got the price. His wife had to part to pray because she believed what you told her that the man refused to conform to. Lord, the truth in the story is your church is even right now in that same situation. The church believes what your word says. But God, we have been cultured to wait upon to be served. But somehow, God, you are about to break through to our minds again. Because in Revelation, God, the man is not mentioned there again. But on the higher court is where you said that the final battle will be between Lucifer and the woman, between his seed and her seed. Prophetic language displayed with no doubting ideas that the final war will not come from the male dominant culture, but from the woman who is willing to give birth even in the presence of the enemy. Oh God, we pray, Lord, let not your word remain only in the book, but God, make it a reality now, Father. Let the church begin to believe that your word is what it says. And it's what you want us to be, oh God, to win the battle in this life, the Heavenly Father. We confirm in our mind that we stand today and we have heard your word and we believe your word is true. God, make it more than a word. Make it our conscience, our guide to live each day. And in fact, we know the battle will get fiercer as you go along end of time, but we know, Father, your word will finally win. Yes, the woman was wrong by she approach. But the truth is, the second birth will rule the first birth. So Father, today we close up this service here. Remind us together that your will never be changed. The second birth will rule the first birth. May we therefore know, Lord, hunger and thirst after your righteousness, whereby we shall be filled and become more than overcomers. And when time shall be no more, and you come to call your loved ones home, having chosen to be a part of the second birth decision, Lord, today, may we all be in that number when the saints go marching in. Is our prayer with thanksgiving. In Jesus' name. Amen. Hug up somebody.